What's up, guys? Non-Meta Mandem back again. We're doing a special segment called Non-Meta Podcast. Okay, I don't know what we're actually going to call it, but let's call that for now.
You know what we should call it?
Yeah.
The Mandem Talks.
The Mandem Talks. Come on. So we're basically going to be doing Dragon Ball related talks, either about the anime or the card game while playing a game, or maybe it's going to be our faces sometimes. Today we're starting off with Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for Wii, my favorite Dragon Ball Z game of all time. And yeah, what's the topic for today, Matt?
Today's topic is should are ban lists and limit lists necessary for the game, and are they good? And yeah, we're gonna talk about those things and see whether they're good or not, or whether we agree with them. So yeah.
And by the way, Jamal said he hasn't played this game for a very long time. Neither have I, but a fun game nonetheless. I basically always remember my line.
Ooh, Super Saiyan 4 dog, what?
Believe it or not, I run Tapion.
Okay.
Tapion is like one of my favorite characters in this game. Do I have customs on this? Oh, I do. Check out the customs. The customs are good. But yeah, so when it comes to the ban list and the limit list, I'm like, at the end of the day, what's the point of a ban limit list, man? Like, for real talk, bro. Bro, I was trying to run my battering laser. I was working on a summer camp this summer in my Ultra Instinct deck. Not even a broken deck, but I guess the card's broken. Facing this guy, he's like, oh, that's banned now. I'm like, well, what? I have 4 of those cards in my deck. So my deck's like, half my deck was illegal. Not like half, but like a 10th of it, right? Or a 5th of it, like 10 cards in there. I mean, maybe for certain things like Flute, I guess that the argument could be made. I mean, I think it's just crazy stupid, but at the end of the day, it's like, don't create cards that's like that. So like that's broken, right? So broken like that. Yeah, I don't know what Jamal thinks about that, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I think a ban list could limit some things, like what you want to play.
True. Well, I mean, when you think about it, like, it's kind of hard as a developer to kind of avoid creating broken cards, or cards that like yeah, because I feel like just like people are smart people, right? Human beings over the history, over our history, have like grown and adapted to things and came up with new ideas, inventions, stuff like that. So when you think about like cards being broken, I just think that players are just human beings. They're very smart. So like, as the game continues, I feel like eventually there's going to be cards that come out that are broken, and cards that need to be limited or banned, regardless of like whether they try to not create those type of cards or not, you know? I feel like it's just something that's unavoidable. So I think in that way, ban lists are necessary.
I think it makes sense, but then like, I think what's always frustrated me, take it like Maple Story for example. Like, okay, Maple Story, like, they don't ban items, but like, I'll never forget the day. So y'all feel me, y'all know Maple Story. I never forget the day that my Empress equipment, shoot, like, I totally need to look at the skills.
Yeah, lie with that.
Oh, okay, ZX, ZY, and then hold things to charge. Okay, I remember how to play.
Okay, I don't know what the...
But I actually forgot the charge. It's Z. Okay, Z to charge. But like, I'll never forget the day in Maple Story, like, for example, that I logged back in. I spent so much real life money. I know it's a different game, but just hear me on the comparison. Spent so much real life money to get a 2x coupon. I went back on, and then the whole game changed. The area I was training in, it experienced completely nerf by the time I found the good experience patch, and it took me time to travel. I'm totally button mashing right now until I remember. I totally lost out on my 2x coupon. And then my equipment that I invested so much money in the game and in real life became like, oh man, oh, there we go. Became worth like nothing at all. And like, I think it's just dumb how that market got regulated. Anyway, so I bring back the DBZ. So it's like, what are some cards that, like, a lot of the cards we spent money on, right, to get. Oh, I don't have any more thing. A lot of cards we spent real life money on to get, like, they're not worth that much anymore, and because no one's playing them. And if you play them, then it's banned, so you can't even play it. Like, I can't go too far off of the topic and talk about cards that are not that good anymore, and that's like understandable. But when it comes to certain cards you spend money on that are banned or limited, or that you buy for the purpose of using with cards that you did pull, then Oh, my Brave Cannon, come on, get knocked down. You can't really use them anymore, right? Like the Bardocks that were running for so much are worth like, what, like $1 now? Because they're banned? I could be wrong, I don't know how much they're worth, but...
They're pretty cheap, so I should buy them.
After image, don't get caught slipping.
Bro, I have no idea how to play this damn game, bro. I'm Super Saiyan 4, I should blow up this whole planet.
Hi.
Let's get it, SS3.
Okay, let's pull some next level stuff on this map.
That's what you're saying? But I don't know, man. I feel like you kind of just have to take that out, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, with like things like prices dropping and stuff like that. That's just life, you know. And I think ban lists also make the game interesting too, because like at some point everybody's playing the same cards, you know. But if they ban certain cards, then it's like we have different decks being created and different ideas. People being
take that Falcon Punch, dog. What do you want from me? Nice, you're beat right now. Come on.
Being willing to branch out from what they're used to, you know. So I think ban lists can also help with that, and even just limitless. You know, like unyielding Trunks, like it was bound to become broken. It was always a good card, you know. So it just took some time for people to actually figure it out.
Okay. So I think that you can charge that, you know. I think that's fair enough. But like, okay, let me pose a question. If people are actually still watching this video, which I hope so, because if you don't, you're not a true supporter. If you're not, then you're not true supporters of Meta Mandem. Take this and watch this. Watch this. You guys see this? This is how it should look like in the card game, bro. The animation should come popping out of the card like it does in Yu-Gi-Oh! Watch this, right? Yeah, watch that.
Bro, Vegeta's not about that, bro.
Come on, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Come on.
Y'all don't even know how to play this game, bro.
It's okay, you have to nice it.
Oh,
You want from my big man attack, guy. Right. You gotta know what you want from me, guy. Okay. Yeah, so what do people think about stores? I don't know. I don't think this will ever be done. I think it'll have to be like a fan base kind of thing, and maybe non-Meta Mandem will host it, like returning back to like set 1 or returning back to set 2 with like certain circuits of like set 1 only cards or set 1 and 2 only cards, set 1, 2, and 3 only cards, etc., etc. Kind of like a time machine going back in time. I wonder if people would
be interested.
Yeah, people would be interested in running that, because it would be nice to use some of the old cards. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a nostalgic kind of guy, so I think that's the perspective I'm coming from. Like it's nice to use the cards that you once wanted to use, or oh shoot, that you once thought you could use. You know? You feel me?
So kind of like what Yu-Gi-Oh's doing with the what's it called, speed duels or something.
ZB to Russian. Yeah, even something like that. Like maybe like a. Well, that's completely different. That's like half the deck, and it's like 20 cards instead of.
But it's like base rules, right?
Yeah, Jamal's getting crushed. I don't know what you want. The muscle memory's starting to come back now. I never could pull off the combos though. But I don't know. It just would be nice to be able to use certain cards again. Like I'm not gonna lie, the Goku. I guess the Goku leader is broken.
SS3.
Yeah, SS3. I guess in all honesty, but it would be nice to run that again. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. It would be nice to play it and even see how it matches up. I don't know. I feel like maybe no one's played it, so I feel like we can't say how it would match up in like the current meta. And are there cards to punish the untap?
I believe so. No, I don't know if they punish on their turn. I know there's cards that punish you for untapping on the opponent's turn. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. Actually, no, that's facts. There's so many cards I actually can't remember what they are. This guy's using Kid Gohan against like a
freaking Vegito guy. How do I switch characters?
You controlled, you can, with the C stick, and then I believe you, what did you do? Yeah, tap up.
Hey, Roshi.
What do you want, my man's TN? Come on.
This guy's weak, bro.
No, he's not.
I taught you how to fight, man, you know.
Wanna see this? What do you want from my life?
But I don't know, that could be interesting. People showing up and doing like set 1 tournaments, stuff like that. I guess Magic kind of does that. They have like different types of leagues.
I do want to know who would be interested though.
Yeah.
Are you blowing me up, dog? Oh my gosh, bro, leave me alone.
I remember when TN was good. Shouts to Journey using them in Androids. The one that you would play for 2 energy or whatever, and then take 2 lives. Awaken.
Alai? Yeah, sure to board. Mr. Baradi. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his last name, to be honest. I don't think I've ever asked him.
#1 Android user in the game.
100%. This card's like legit. Like, sorry, that card, that move is like legit. Legit powerhouse if I can pull it off.
Let's get it.
What do you want from me, dog? Teleport. Instant transmission, not after image. I don't think it was official after image.
What do you guys think about, like, what if Bandai, you know, people were upset about the ban list and stuff like that. So what if for like nationals, instead of just having one national,
I'm pulling a what do you do on semi-cell right now? Take this in. Dang.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, continue.
But yeah, instead of just having one national event, what if they had like two nationals, one for like no ban lists at all, so any cards are good, and then one for like with ban lists. So there'd be two separate national tournaments, and then there would be 2 separate champions for each event.
I think that would be sick because it'll be like something you choose to play in. So it's like, who can complain, right?
Yeah. So
kind of thing.
It's kind of like different tiers. You know, I don't know if you guys are aware, but like Pokemon, stuff like that, they have like different tiers. Like I forgot what they're called, but basically you can't use certain Pokemons in certain tiers, because they're too good. And then you can, in some tiers, you can use any. I think one of them is called like Uber or something like that. But yeah, maybe something like that to satisfy everyone.
Let's do this.
That would be sick. But I guess like on the side of like not of like maintain the ban list, I mean, I think at the end of the day there are also so many cards that I feel like, oh yeah, this was one of my favorite parts of this game. I used to get blisters on my hands doing it, and that's the game. But yeah, I guess to oh, he has one more character left. I guess to be on the side of ban list, I would say that if you're playing the game, you probably have so many cards already, and yeah, I don't think that like, I mean, I don't think the ban list is obviously, or the limited list is super exuberant to be like, oh shoot, like now you have to spend a whole bunch of money on like getting other cards. I mean, to be fair, that's what non-Meta Mandem are all about, right? We don't necessarily, sure, we have our SRs and our SCRs or whatever in our decks, but we just play what we like at the end of the day, right? So I think that's what it comes back to. And if you guys watch any of our player profile interviews, and I'm pretty sure they're dropping before we put this video out, I think the advice from everyone, from like Danny, Zuhair, Journal, everyone was like, just play to have fun, right? Obviously you don't want to play knowing you're gonna lose. Like, I'm not gonna go run like some like weak, stupid deck just for the sake of doing it. Maybe if I want to, but I'm not gonna do it all the time.
Meta coolers.
Yeah, like, but I think at the end of the day, it's like you're playing to have fun, right? So I guess to be fair, on the side of ban list, it shouldn't disrupt your mood too much, especially if you like playing the game. It shouldn't like take you away from doing so. Kamehameha, hit you with a Kamehameha. My boy Johan, shout out to him. Yeah, it shouldn't take away from your enjoyment of the game at the end of the day. I think if you really do enjoy the game, then I feel like you'll play the game, and we're gonna be making the game, right? Like, us players make the game, right? So if we fall off from the game, then Bandai's gonna stop making the game, right? And I think one of the questions we asked some of our friends when we interviewed them was that, like, how do you see the direction the game's heading? I think some people said, like, people had different answers, but I feel like the game will head in a good direction if we keep playing and if we keep drawing on more people to play. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. But I think there would be some nice versatility. I think that's a good idea what Jamal said, like having like a no, whatever the saying is, no bars tournament or whatever, to be like, oh, we can do an event where there's no ban list, there's no limited list, and see what kind of wildness happens. I think it would be interesting that people haven't been used to playing certain cards that are limited or banned. It would be interesting to see them come back with a lot of new cards people are used to playing and seeing how that matches up.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine what Mecha Frieza would look like now with all these crazy cards. Like, what's it called? Zapes or whatever? Where they're basically spamming the board and drawing and stuff like that. Imagine Mecha Frieza with that, like super insane. Or Shugesh with so many different cards. Like who knows?
Maybe mod this,
Be crazy.
super mod. Yeah, it'd be crazy.
But like on a competitive level, like it makes sense why certain cards were banned and why we have a ban list now, because like think about it, like certain mans, like they do this as like almost like a career, not necessarily that they're doing it as a career, but like they treat it like that. So they spend bare money, get all these good cards, and then they travel across the United States or from Canada, if you're from Canada like we are, Toronto Mandem, you know what I'm saying. You travel all the way to these events, you spend so much money on the cards only to get destroyed because people are playing broken decks that are just stupid.
That's fair enough.
And you can't, like was it SS3 with the Goku swap engine or whatever?
Oh,
like,
that's
bro,
broken.
dying in like turn 2, like I literally can't do anything. I have 1 energy and I'm dying. Like that was just stupid. Like, and I guess like you can argue that like Bandai could have, you know, like foresaw in terms of like creating the cards, like they could have prevented that ahead of time, but you know, like I think a ban list was definitely necessary for that card, because bro, when I went to a tournament, bro, I paid $10. No, I paid like what, like $15 to play in the regional, and then a man is slapping me on turn 2 and I can't do anything. Like, and back then there was like no counter plays or not really any counter plays and stuff like that, so I'm just getting destroyed. So I can understand a ban list for things like that, you know. It becomes necessary at a certain point. But yeah, I think it would be interesting to have different tier tournaments.
That would be sick. And like, yeah, I guess if it happened to that, like even what we were talking about before, I think that like if you do really enjoy playing the game, I know like it's hard though, depending on which city or region you're in. Like you may not be able to gather with friends. Like me and Jamal, we live so close to each other. Same with some of our other friends that we play with, like to everyone, Danny, Zuhair, Shad, all these guys, we go to the same with locals. We've been for a couple of years, so we could do whatever we want. But it would be sick to like make your own rules too, right? Like me and Jamal do that all the time for different things that we do. Huh? Yeah, I don't even know who I'm picking though. I feel like, let's go with this guy again. Yeah, I feel like it would be sick to try that. If you like, if it's like not wanting a ban list is something you really want, like maybe don't play with it for like just like a fun match with someone that you know, and see what happens. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not playing officially, like in a store tournament, or if you're not playing in nationals or wherever, like you can make your own rules with your friends. I think that's what can make the game fun too. Like we try to do free for all. Sometimes we try to do 2v2.
Which you guys will be seeing. That's some spice that we'll show you later on. We have our own rules and stuff like that to make it work. So yeah, look out for that. But yeah, it is cool, you know. It's just like for guys like Zuhair and Danny and them, like Anthony, you know, they can play for fun, but at the same time they want to train, because those guys, they go to tournaments, serious tournaments, and they want to win. So it's hard to kind of like balance between playing for fun and also like playing as practice for bigger tournaments and events. So I can understand that.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I guess at the end of the day, like, I guess to be fair as well, like playing according to the ban and limited list, I guess it does make everything else more fair, right? I'm pretty sure the only band leader is that Goku, right? So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's
only
nothing else. Time to face destruction on this game.
Why is that move so strong, bro? What the hell?
It's the attack using semi-cell. But yeah, we're gonna come to nationals just like that, just like Tien did. Just do it.
Next year,
try to
we don't sleep, eh? Next year, 2020, Meta Mandem will be a national.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna be there.
If the wife them allow us.
Alive, the wife them allow us, but we'll be there, and we're gonna dust up the whole place.
100%, dog.
100%, bro.
We don't even care if we take like 20th, so long as like 19 other Toronto mans are ahead of us.
Honestly,
we ride or die for Toronto. What do you guys want?
Yeah, facts, bro.
What do you guys want, huh?
don't sleep, eh?
Don't sleep.
On the Mandem, bro. You're about to get crushed.
Exactly.
2020, bro. The Mandem are gonna come true and they're gonna mash up the whole scene. They're gonna go crazy and mans are gonna
Come
move
on.
like buckets, but we don't care
Come on.
because we're from Toronto and we're gonna don up all the Mandem scenes.
Skirt,
We're
you know
gonna
lie.
Girks all the Mandem in the game.
Yo,
bro.
honestly, dog.
Like, no koaling, eh? Straight playing the game
Yo,
for how it
facts.
is seen.
But yeah, straight seriousness. The one thing I do hate though is seeing arguments about ban list or whatever. We just had a good discussion, right? Kind of picked each other's brains a little bit, talking both sides. I think that's what it should be at the end of the day. I don't think it just should be a fight over it. Shouldn't ruin anyone's experience. So if you guys are commenting on this video, make it healthy. If you guys are commenting in the Facebook groups, anywhere else, Instagram, and any topic, make it healthy.
Spread
Don't turn
love,
people,
man.
because that's another way people get turned away from the game, right? It's toxicity. We don't want that. So not Meta Mandem, we know about that.
Yeah, facts.
So anyways, that was fun. I don't know what the next podcast will be about, but if you guys tune in this far or this long until the end, comment below on what you think we should talk about. Anything about the anime, anything Dragon Ball related. Could be about the card game, could be anything, could be about a specific card or thoughts or views in it, whatever it could be. Comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, facts. Peace.